Imperfects is this concept of the human experience, right? We're naturally and inherently imperfect as humans, and that's what makes this whole thing colorful and makes the whole world go around, in my opinion. I have roots in Ireland. My dad's family is 100% Irish, and you know, I grew up coming here. It's a special place for me. There's this concept of shepherding, right? And they still do that here in abundance, right? Like there's people shepherding in the most literal form. They're shepherding their sheep across mountains and fields. When I was naming the shepherd shirt as the first piece ever produced for Imperfects 8 years ago, I wanted it to be something that could uniquely or metaphorically identify the way that I felt in my life at that time, which was I was looking for shepherds. I was looking for people to help me out and guide me through life. So I felt like this concept of putting a shepherd shirt on a shepherd would be just so fulfilling for me. I think it's a beautiful connection. So we're here to put shepherd shirts on shepherds. And just like that, 13 hours later, the team has arrived in Dublin. Naturally, when you're going on an adventure like this, you gotta bring the A-team with you. So the A-team of shepherds to go chase shepherds down and put shepherd shirts on shepherds is yours truly, of course. Mr. James Lynch, my brother from another mother. My dog, the original image man, Titus, Haug. And our sponsored photographer, Mr. Diaz. And finally, most importantly, the cameraman, the editor, the chief on this thing, Kilauano. And just like that, we're on the road to one of my favorite places in Ireland, Donegal. So we're headed into the McGee weaving factory right now. They've been making wool since 1866, I believe. These pants are from the OG Mr. Lynch collection. They were the first factory that we used, woolen mill that we used to produce Mr. Lynch back in 2020. And anyway, it's been 4 long years since we've been here. So we're gonna drop in, say hi to Susie, check out some of the new bunches, and see if we can't make some selects for the upcoming Mr. Lynch collection. There he is, Pat Temple and Rosie Temple. They're great. So their grandpa bought it from John McGee, or their great grandpa, huh?
Susie.
Yeah.
Mike.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you.
James. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Didn't take you back over to the mill.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is a wool, silk and cashmere quality.
Oh, cool.
This is kind of a lighter,
Very
kind of
lightweight.
transitional kind of quality. But
These are all the Donegals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously this can be done in the carry
So
board, but it just gives you
rad.
the
Green group is unbelievable. This is all we need. See, we could just have 100 years of business just in that right there, you know?
story. And then this is kind of where you have that.
How are you all?
Hey,
How are you?
long time no see.
You well?
Get in here, man.
Not so bad. You're good. Not too bad. Yeah, very good. Yeah, good. Thanks.
The first Mr. Lynch by Imperfects line was produced 5 years ago, and we used McGee tweed. And we worked with McGee to use their classic Donegal tweed. They're founded in a town called Donegal, a village, I should say. And it's as much a village and a county as it is its own culture. It's like a culture in and of itself, and it really has to do with shepherding and wool. So a lot of the milling and the infamous wool weavers that come from Ireland, they almost all come from Donegal. And for me, McGee just stuck out. The people were so radical. They pulled me right in, and I got to start working with Patrick Temple. He's been shepherding me in the tweed world professionally now for a couple of years, and to put a shepherd shirt on him was so killer. And, you know, really the idea there was that you're shepherding us professionally. We're just so stoked to, you know, put our thing in your world and put those two things together. And there's a lot of life to be lived over here, and then you find these shepherds in different forms, and I just think it kind of gives purpose. Every time I make this drive now from Donegal to Downings, I'm reminded of the unreal beauty that is Ireland. It's such a special place where the land and the sea chaotically meet, but one and the same, are in harmony with each other. and working with one another to carve out some of the most beautiful settings you've ever experienced. So anyway, off to 18 holes at St. Patrick's. Oh no! Okay, every time I play a round where the first shot goes awry, it's just a terrible round. Oh boy. Yeah. Dude, what is happening? Alright, let's play some fucking golf, dude. Get rid of this double bogey and just fucking move on. Here we are, in the center of heaven. Which can also somehow magically turn into hell. Fucking tap in. Ah, don't do that. Fucking 4 over, 2 balls lost. Yes. Go right. Yeah. There we go. I'm just ready for the pints. The crispy, creamy pints over there at the harbor bar. The pints will make you sing. They might even sing to you.
So we're at the harbor bar here, and we're gonna just hang out with the boys. We had a good day out on the course. The waves were firing in the distance, and it's a little painful to see, but we'll get there in a couple days. And yeah, just gonna get some fish and chips and some pints and hang out. It's gonna be good.
The family, they're called the Caseys, and they are the most welcoming people in the world, and in my opinion, pour the best pint in Ireland. But we couldn't come up this way and not drop in and have, you know, a full-on night. So we did our thing, and they rolled out the red carpet for us in ways that I will be forever grateful.
People always wonder what you're taking them up to in here.
No way, look at this. Dude.
Yes, brother.
Holy shit. So the surprise is that there's a bar inside the there's a pub inside the pub.
This is the whiskey bar, so it is.
Yeah. No
So
way.
What is your, if you look at the history,
Yeah.
you look at your pop and you look at working here, what does it all equal? What does it amount to in your head nostalgically?
Probably just that it is a family-orientated situation.
Yeah.
That it's me, my brother, my dad, and my mum's there as well, and it's the 4 of us. Like, mum doesn't have direct involvement, but she has her involvement. There's not one specific moment that I can probably pinpoint. Maybe it hasn't come yet, but if I was to probably put it under one overall umbrella now, it's just the family feel that this place has. Because often you see with family businesses that they walk into it and they take it for granted and they couldn't care less and they step away and nearly let it go to rack and ruin, but they're happy enough because, you know, it's making them money. But without the family element in here, I can guarantee this pub wouldn't be what it is today. The brilliant thing that happens in a pub and sharing a pint with somebody or sharing a pint with new people in the pub, it's the experience that you get from that. It's the feel-good factor that comes from that. I think it's more, it's not exactly, it doesn't have, you could be anywhere in the world, but if you're sitting down and you're drinking and you're meeting new people, and it doesn't even have to be having a pint or anything with them, it's more the community atmosphere that can come from being in a single space. Sure. All right, Dad. Oh, there he is, Pop. Dylan Doris.
So special.
Thanks for having us again.
I'm telling them you'll be able to fill in more of the gaps of the history of your origins in here. But
Did you always have that vision?
No. So the 2 boys were off working.
but 2 of us naturally just migrated back here. I think it's one of those things as well. You kind of understand how lucky you are to have a place like this, to live in a place like this as well. And people mightn't be as fortunate, say. You know, they have to go off and they, you know, unfortunately have to kind of really carve and fight for maybe their position within society. Luckily, we were fortunate to come back and have this.
I'm gonna ask for 1 pour of whichever bottle you'd like to open of the French Middleton. We're obviously gonna be buying that. We're gonna pay for that.
Oh, flip.
And let's all share it.
That night was incredibly special, not only because of the bottle of Middleton Very Rare that we opened and shared with the Casey boys, but also because I realize that shepherding comes in so many different forms, shapes, sizes, experiences. In the case of the Caseys, the way that it's delivered is that a family business is now being passed on, being shepherded along by the next generation, and the next generation had to be shepherded in order to take that on. It's a really special experience, one that you only find in some of the most honest places in the world.
Titus, why do you shoot so much film?
I just love it, man. Originally it was because I couldn't afford a digital housing, like a housing for a camera, and then I found out about the Nikonos and broke 3 cameras, didn't get a single good roll. And I was discouraged, but I was like, okay, if this is so hard, it must be cool. And then I finally got my first good roll, and once I saw what it looked like, I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And that was 10 years ago. I've just been shooting it ever since. I knew Mike before I started doing surf photography. Actually, one of my first rolls I shot with Mike was kind of crazy. Remember that?
Yeah, dude. I remember you talking about how you were like, found these sick Japanese cameras. You can take them in the water and shoot 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
Do you want to go out?
I'd like to take a little moment and share my pure love for Uncle Titus. Titus is one of my best friends in the world and one of the most talented people I know. And we've been making things together for a decade now, and it's really special. It just makes me so happy to have him in my life, shepherding me in so many ways. And one of the major goals of the trip for Tito and for the team at large was to capture surf on 35 millimeter in Ireland.
We're meeting with Connor McGuire. I kind of connected with him a couple years ago when I was out in Ireland, but it just didn't line up, and we just kind of reached out again, and he was down to hang out, so excited to meet him. Obviously a local legend out here in Ireland, and you know, it's not like a 20-foot barrel situation, but I think it's going to be pretty cool.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Connor, what's up, man? I'm Mike.
How's it going, man? Nice to meet you.
It seems like I'm just realizing each time I come here how wave-rich this place is.
Yeah, especially
pretty special.
Jordan, yeah, there's heaps of waves.
What is that?
It's a Nikonos, dude. It's an old diving camera.
Cool.
I do all my surf photography with it.
Sick.
I've been using it for 10 years. He's in like a 2 mil. I'm in a 6 mil.
I think growing up here, yeah, you feel pretty comfortable at home. You got your family and like a really good community of mates around here. I've been lucky enough to travel a lot through surfing, but at the same time, nowhere kind of beats home, you know? Yeah, I think that's part of the Irish culture, is just to be warm and welcome, kind of transcends into the water as well, generally. We're just really lucky. It's just so wave rich. There's just little setups peppered all over the coastline, and it kind of gets a little bit more chaotic the further south you go towards Mullaghmore, and it's only like a 14-kilometre bit of coastline, but within that coastline there's every kind of wave you could imagine in close proximity, and they kind of get a little bit heavier. It's like little stepping stones towards Mullaghmore to learn how to ride heavier waves. The world's your oyster. Like, you can push yourself as far as you want to go here. So
For sure.
It's kind of like that's what keeps me interested in it. Yeah, there's probably been a couple of people that have shepherded me through my career, I suppose. Probably unknowingly so as well. There's like Richie Fitzgerald. He was like a big influence, like pioneered Mullaghmore and just grew up in the town, so it was cool looking up to him. And then Fergal Smith and Tom Lowe were like probably my biggest inspirations, just how they've went through their career, and they both chose different paths completely, so it was like interesting watching that.
That's where we're headed next, to see our boy Fergal, right? Like
nice
he's just up the road, I think, right?
No better man. He's a legend. He does it for the purity of it and for the love and just to challenge himself, I feel like.
Totally.
And now he's like challenging himself in a different way with the farm, which is pretty amazing. He's built that up to like something incredible. So,
you know, because I grew up on an organic vegetable farm and found surfing and got into that and wanted to, you know, travel the world, and I did that, and I think that gave me the confidence to realize if I could make surfing, you know, a professional career for myself, coming from a farm with very little money, it kind of gave me the confidence, well, if that can be a reality, then surely I can run a mixed farm and feed a community that we all need food, and we all, you know, understand the importance of looking after the soil and stuff. So it kind of, I think the surfing dream gave me the, I don't know, the reality that you can achieve your dream, you know.
Yeah, the tenacity in some ways.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing this for a paycheck. I'm definitely not doing this for even just me and my family. Like, I could very easily have a much smaller setup and do, you know, just for us. It's the whole reason I'm doing all this is kind of for the next generation on a you know, on a wider scale. So, and I've always grown up with this kind of model, so, but it's very important that we make it accessible to other people.
Can we just walk a row with you or something?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
us?
But we talk about the environment, we talk about health, we talk about, you know, global warming, we talk about all these big things in the news all the time, and they all go back to land stewardship.
Yeah.
But no one's prioritizing getting young people to do that.
Yeah.
So if no young people are going to do it, you're leaving up to fewer and fewer people who are basically just operating industrial farms.
Yeah.
You can't expect them to farm regeneratively when there's so few of them and they're only trained in machinery, really.
Yeah.
We need a whole like massive army of young trained up farmers.
Totally.
And I can start to do that, but they need to get access to this land.
Yeah.
But I actually think the access to the land and the money is not the stumbling block. It's actually the trained up individuals, and that's why I'm focusing on that, because we can figure out these deals with money and land, but if there isn't the people to manage it, what's the point?
There's no point. Yeah.
You know, it'll all just fall on its face. So
Yeah.
the big thing I say to people is, people who want to farm should be encouraged to farm. There's lots of people good at, you know, marketing and social media. So it's trying to get these young people access to land and support them through all that crap. And that'll be, I think everyone would love to do this as a job.
Sure.
But it's terrifyingly prohibitive because of the cost and the hurdles and the red tape, and the whole system is against the small guy, like, so.
For me, meeting Fergal Smith was a lifetime achievement. Not only is Fergal feeding his family, but he's feeding Lahinch, and he's feeding the villages nearby. His story has always been an inspiring one to me. He's just given us new strength that we can take home and apply to our own lives. But then, just like that, I get a text message from our boy Patrick Temple over at the McGee factory, and he says, "You know what? Are you guys still looking for a shepherd?" I said, "Of course, yeah, man. We're still trying to find, we might just pull over on the side of the road and wait for one to cross if we can't find one soon here." And he goes, "Well, you know, I've actually been practicing shepherding myself. Why don't you guys come over? We're gonna move some sheep around." And just like that, magic starts unfolding yet again in this beautiful green isle. Thank you for having us out
pleasure.
here. First of all, working with McGee has been a dream for me.
No, it's pleasure. Yeah, likewise.
Bringing home Irish, the story of Irish wool, which is, as I'm learning more and more across the years here, it's a restorative process.
Yeah, and we've
making Irish wool happen.
Well, it is, and this has been a lovely summer. Good weather, good wool. Bad weather, sheep under more stress. If it's very wet and cold, the tips of the wool get black. In your white bonines, Irish for wool, you'll see those little black grin fibres.
And you can also, that also proves that we are part of our environment, right? And,
yes.
And as the sheep are just sitting here telling us what a good environment is for them, and that's what you're trying to build here with your land, is that biodiversity, right? Like that natural biodiverse climate.
That's the aim. Insects and microorganisms, so it is feeding that whole regenerative cycle.
So
if you
cool.
cut everything down and you're saying, "I only want grass and I only want fences," I don't believe you're getting a true balance. The objective here is it also keeps a connection between factory, mill and farm.
I think we all walked away invigorated in ways that we are just forever grateful for. Shepherds come in so many different forms and sizes, shapes, colors, with different skills and different attributes. The best kind in my mind are the honest ones working for what they believe in, with integrity and honesty and humility at the core of all of that. We got shepherds in shepherd shirts. Sláinte.
So we rolled up to this thing last night and it just looks like a castle. Come to find out it was a insane asylum from the 20s.
So we're all well rested.
Yeah. Let's just say everyone slept really well.
This thing's beautiful. What year was it built, you say?
1995 we launched it. So this is 31 years. But you see,
try a tomato, dude.
Anyone like a tomato? Or tomato? Do you call them tomatoes?
Tomato. How good is that right there?
Those are good.
Got some parsley over here.
Yeah, parsley, celery, more black beans, whatever.
Dude, this is so good.
Cheeto, give me a breakdown. What's going on?
Bed bugs in the last Airbnb. So we drove through a storm, and now we found a new hotel, and it's almost midnight.
Holy shnikes. Oh, that is not it. Wow. Fuck this, let's go surf.
Just use that thing as a mirror real quick.
Fucking pints.
Where was it you were saying this has to be quiet enough tonight?
All right, that's my last pint of the trip. I'm going home.